and gentlemen, Peter here, and welcome to the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a new version of the Stanley Parable, which I wanted to play the original one when it first came out, but my computer's a bit of a lemon and it wouldn't let me do it. But it's on the PlayStation 4, so when I play this version, so there's actually, you got choices. It's about 7 odd endings, plus all the DLC they've put on top of this on this version. So there's a shitload of endings. Apologise for a cough. I got a bit of a crappy throat. So I might end up mixing my words up as well. But the thing that creeps me out is the computer screen. It's like beginning the game, settings, thing. But there's a computer in the computer and it's the exact same thing. And then there's another one in the computer. And there's one further in that computer that's doing it. And I could just see it. It's freaky as balls, but let's get started. The end is never, the end is never, the end is never, the end is loading. Load quicker. Thank you.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
Sounds a bit fucking boring.
Although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Until one day he took a massive shit.
And then one day something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Ooh. Oh my god, this camera. I'm sorry, I have to change the camera setting. 10. That motion blur. Oh, why are you on that? Okay, I can't change motion blur. Oh, okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Shut up! This guy's 432's got the best job, just sharpening pencils all day. Then again, if I was trusted with a pencil shop, actually I'm not going to mention it. Off, wasting electricity, bastard. I just went for the achievements on here.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
No, he's a dick. There's I checked the achievements, and one of them was don't play the game for over 10 years. I am not fucking kidding. Oh, 420. Ooh, what's this? 420. Oh. Escape from the rafters. Clever sausage. Oh, well, I thought it was a zoom in button.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Fuck you, Narrator.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
No, I'm doing it just to be a dick. Oh, let me turn the computer off. It's wasting electric. Electric bill's gone up. Have a consideration, you bastards.
Ah, yes, truly a room
Cool.
worth
Cold
admiring.
drinks.
It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
I want a drink. Fine. Bastard.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Oh, sorry, what? Do I want to do it properly, or... Nah, I'm gonna be an arse.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
No, I'm just being an... Oh, yeah, it's a hard jump. What's this? Do not jump from the cargo lift while it's in motion, will cause death. Cargo for misuse of cargo... penalty for misuse of cargo lift, $1,000. Penalty for jumping out the cargo lift, $5,000. Wow, I know what I'm doing.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone
Yeah,
thinks
I
you're
died.
very powerful.
Yeah, I died. No, I'm such a dick. What the fuck? The cake is a lie, the cake is a lie.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
It means
Stanley
that I died and
decided
come
to
back
go to
alive.
the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm not going to listen to him again, I'm just going to be an ass again.
When Stanley came to a set of two open... This was not the correct way to the
Yeah, I
meeting
know.
room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No, I'm going to be an ass and just keep going.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you forgot. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Well, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
No.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Okay.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Okay.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Okay.
All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted?
Yes, that's all
Was it
I
worth
want.
ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Yeah.
Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I
don't-
did.
I don't
And
care.
in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see.
Yeah.
Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you
Strippers
want
and
to
blackjack.
see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest.
Okay.
I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Okay.
A 1? I understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Okay. What the fuck? Yeah, do. Come on, hurry up. Oh yeah, I'm on a leaderboard. Yay, sweet. Oh, what's in here?
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
Okay.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
What the fuck? Hurry up then, bastard. Ow, bit my tongue.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire,
the fuck's wrong with that baby?
It's
What's
a
about
very
with his
meaningful
foot?
game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life.
Okay.
I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective?
Okay.
Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Okay.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me?
I live in column A and I live in column B.
I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done.
Bye.
It's over. Thank you for playing.
Yay!
Your input was extremely valuable.
Was it?
Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain.
Yay!
Let's see.
Minecraft.
Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Oh boy, I hope it's Playboy Mansion.
Aha!
Ah, Firewatch.
Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley?
Watching
What's
fires.
our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted
I'm not Jimmy
erotic
Savile.
purpose.
Fuck you,
Yes,
Chan.
that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Oh yeah, someone's been practicing. I can see someone's been practicing. Oh, hiccups. Ah! Oh, and I gotta walk all the way around. Oh! I broke the game. Oh well.
Oh no. No, it can't be.
What? It is. Oh, let's follow the yellow brick road. Let's go to that
It is.
tree.
It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off.
Oh, I want to go to that rock.
Thank goodness, Stanley. What a close
Aw.
call. You nearly
Bastard.
wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
The Playboy Mansion.
Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
Oh boy, I hope it's the Playboy Mansion. Ah, Rocket League.
See, this is exactly what I had in mind.
No, it's
just
just
a nice big
it's
box
actually
that you
Rocket
can
League.
run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now
I could hurt myself.
this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
I bet I can get lost.
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together? Yes, I think surely we must. Okay,
But it's
Stanley,
football.
here's the ball. Have fun.
Oh, ball! Go! Give me no ball, prick.
Are you doing it? Are you winning?
Yes.
Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so
Yeah.
hard on? Stanley, I
Go!
have a thought. And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if
Oh!
what? Hold on. What are you doing?
Sorry, I was thirsty. Whee! Ow, I didn't die.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't
Yay!
help you.
Good.
How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
Whee! Ah, yeah, we're playing PC now. Yep. Ooh, lights. I was always told never. Okay. I was always told never to go towards the lights, but in this case, meh. What's in here then? Huh, okay. I can't see. Ah, I died.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it.
Sorry.
He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am.
No, don't.
That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
I can wait. Can ya? I got first, so I just drank my milkshake. But my throat was a lot better because I had a cost as well. Oh, I'm back here.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
No.
When Stanley came to a set of two open
Fine, I'll listen
doors,
to you.
he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay, fine.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. "I'm dreaming!" he yelled. "This is all a dream." Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control.
I've not walked past the car again
that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Oh!
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Yeah, thanks. This game's actually fun, I'm not gonna lie. Ah!
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office.
No.
He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
Okay. You bastard.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Oh, you lost now, ain't ya? Come on, James, May.
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Oh, I thought I put the Konami code in it come up. No, okay. You tell me it's down here.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Places, people! I'm making fries now, by the way.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
No.
Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just... Hang on.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Oh, what the fuck?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Okay.
Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes.
Fuck. Yes, man's falling off.
No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Okay.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember, Stanley?
No.
Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Yeah,
Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job.
Now what?
No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Oh! This game is actually funny. Oh, fuck. We put a...
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Okay.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward,
I'll
are
confuse
we
yourself
implying
then.
a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Ah.
Wait, cut the music. Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Okay.
Wait, what? We're back at the office?
Huh?
No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Why can't we just go that way like normal? But I'm dedicated to following this line.
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Oh!
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story?
Okay.
Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction? Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it. Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine. Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay. So I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Huh?
Hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay.
Restart.
I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm
No.
not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey. though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if...
Ow!
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
What door?
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the trophy?
Yep.
Click a door 5 times? Is that all you think a trophy is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now, suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition. I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
I can't board that. Now I'm just turning off all the computers.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Oh, the
Stanley
broom closet.
decided to go up to his... Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track. There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here. It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA. Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing?
Yeah.
Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Because you can't be fucked.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it. Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
You're fucking gay.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers. Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed in front of your screen. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They fall prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
So I'm guessing he thinks I'm daft, fine.
Ah, second player. Good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Fuck's sake.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Ooh, fancy. Executive bathroom. So we got Time magazine, extreme bathrooms. What the fuck's... I got the feeling money's for stealing, but not yours, of course. See, that's a lovely bit. Okay, that's something Rick Merritt would say. I say, what a smashing blouse you have on. Oh my god, there's a door. I never. Fucking anime music. Are you fucking serious?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Oh, good hiccups. Yeah, I'm actually going to find the memo now. Fuck me, it's dark in here. Oh, canal, got hiccups.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
I want to press the button to send it back up.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Fine. I'll follow your instructions. For once. Is it the screen door? Is it the room of screens?
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold?
Yeah, because last time I've been up on that one.
Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Ah, almost fell off.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Imagine watching porn on that screen. Apple, that's what I put to and say. Ah, imagine watching porn on this screen.
Blackness, and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes! He had won! He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go.
Trees!
No longer would anyone tell him where to go.
I see trees are green.
Whatever life
roses
is,
too.
it
Sorry.
will be his. And that was all he needed to know.
Let me out
It
there, you
was perhaps
bastard.
the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Hang on, I just realised something.
Stanley
Earlier in the
felt
video,
the
the
cold
narrator
breeze
called me a
upon his
bastard.
skin. The feeling
This game is
of
rated
liberation,
7+.
the immense possibility of the new path before him. This
Okay.
was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
No! Because that's the proper ending. That's the ending you're supposed to do first before you fuck about. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna end the video here. But if you want to see more, let me know in the comments or on Twitter, whatever. So yes, that was the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, and I will see you in the next video or stream, depending on what's on next. Bye.